Hello, good day. Dr. Cool AutoFix here. In today's very video edition here, I'm going to be teaching you how to use a common spoon to fix your power bike front fork without having to replace it. I'm going to give you conditions. Whenever you're trying to actually save some money without replacing some part, there are some tricks and tips which you can actually use to avoid replacing it. Now, for me, I have actually, shopped for some parts just like a lot of you guys can do. And if you look at my bag right now, hello guys, say hi to the family. Hello, you say hi to the family. So now they are smiling and they are doing great. I just restored this very Honda CBR, and recently my Suzuki RF 900 started having issue. There are some situations where you can't actually rescue that fork, and there are situations where you can. So I'm going to teach you some other tricks also that are involved with this, just like picking a simple regular can that have been thrown away, little plastic. So stay with me. I'm going to be showing you steps and procedures on how to. Now let me show you the ones that are revivable, though you can try this in all of them and see which one is going to actually improve it, because me, I have done this and it's working. I'm going to show you proof, and I show you how I'm going to be using this spoon not to replace your front fork. So let's go. Now over here, this is my Honda CBR 600F. The front shocks has been bleeding all over the place, and if you look at this very rubber here, it's not cracked, but it's unknown to me that it is not actually the rubber that is the problem, because it has been packed outside for more than 10 years. A lot of ugly, terrible rains and sunshine has accumulated a lot of debris and particles here, and that is what actually led me to making this very video today. So after I cleared this one out, I just took it for a ride yesterday, and lo and behold, everything looks clean. Now if you don't believe me, I want to show you proof, right? Because a lot of you guys are not going to believe it. So now let's take a look at this one. You can see there are still dirt here. You can still see them, and you can still see stain of oil shining right there. That shouldn't be there in the first place. So this seal is meant to protect it, but if it's broken, then it's not going to do its job. Now a lot of you guys are going to be asking, where does the part where the spoon plays, the it roll comes in, is to open here to remove this seal. Is suppose yours is completely damaged and you want to really fix it the other way around. I want to show you something. The second aspect which I talk about, the plastic, you don't need to buy the plastic. So let me mount this camera somewhere and let's come over doing the practical. This is not a time for talk shows. This is a time for reality. So I want to go over here and let me mount it. If you're looking for a very, fancy environment, well, you gotta knock it off. If you're looking to see the white guy behind the screen before you follow what I'm gonna do, then you should click away, because I know a lot of you guys do a lot of shitty things like that. So this video is strictly for those who really want to fix the problem by themselves. So this is my RF. Let me pause the video. Now I did actually say something before going for. I said it's not all of them you can be able to rescue, but you want to try your luck first. And I said that in regard of my scooter here. This scooter, you can see, let's go closer. You can see how cracked that very seal is, but still it's not leaking. But that is not the same thing with the second one. You can see a whole lot of dust clogging in the place because this one is already leaking. So you want to try this trick which I'm about to do on the other side. Even though if the rubber is cracked, there are two seals, one here and one in here. So this is the main one that actually, two of them actually supports in shading the dust away. But let's go. There have been a lot of talks here. Let me pause. Okay, so let's go here. I talked about the plastic. So here, what you need to do here, oh, I still got my precious oil inside in here. So you just want to slice it, right? And you want to slice it again. Just about a centimeter is just okay. Centimeter width. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So now this is just what we need. This is what we need, just this very. But if it is thicker than 1 millimeter, then that's going to be a problem. Now if this is too thick to go in there, I can prepare. Just wait. Okay, over here we are trying to save cost at all costs. You can use this plastic, or you can use the bottled water PEP plastic. This one here is also PEP, so I want to cut it just about the same size. We want a flexible plastic that can go in there, but if it is too flexible, you won't be able to clean the dirt. This is very, very flexible, too flexible, right? So that is why I brought this. This is thick enough, but because some of the edge can be a little bit too hard, that's why I want to just try to sharpen it a little bit like this. Okay, and I want to use file to dress it only one side that you want to dress. There is a reason why I say only dress one side, all right? However, if you can use your razor blade to dress it, that's going to be fine. So let me dress it and show you what I mean. You want to do it in such a way that it's not going to tear any of the rubber of the seal which you're trying to get the dirt out. The goal project here is to get the dirt out. And that is why we're using rubber, because you might use a metal and it's going to scratch or create a hole somewhere within the rubber right there, and that becomes a problem. So take a look at it. I hope you guys are seeing it. So this is all what we need. Now I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate and show you other different methods for different fork, like here. For this one, so you can see there is no any ring here, there is no any spring here, but that's not the same with my RF. For most of you who have your RF fork that looks like this, so you can see this one is not leaking, but this one is leaking. I've popped this out using spoon, and this one is leaking. You can see pile of oil and sand up there. So this one started recently. However, this is the first target. If it's not leaking from here, it will be leaking from here. So this is where it's leaking from, and that is the goal project for this very thing which I'm using right here. Now, why did I pull it out? I pull it out because if there is excess of it that is inside here which can get out, that is where you want to use a cap cleaner, right? But you want to be very, very careful. You want to find some rag, small rag, piece of rag, and put it in here. All these things you can do it without having to remove this fork entirely. So you put it in here, so when you are spraying around here using the straw, the rag can be able to catch it so it doesn't pass through and go inside the fork. I hope you guys get it, right? Now, there is a trick which I'm doing here. The trick I'm doing here is I'm going to be pulling this very spring out, and that's going to be an alternative measure for a lot of you guys out there. If you can find the right seal for yours, maybe you can't get the pastor, you want to find this type of common oil ring seal, right? And measure yours, measure this and this, and make sure that it is almost the same thing, and you can fit it in, but don't push it in completely, else it's going to create a problem when you want to remove it. I hope you guys get it. You might try to just twist this end out so that it can lap here should you want to remove it for maintenance. Now, as for the spring, this is the spring. This very spring here, you can cut one of the end, but this is the type of the end you want to cut. You want to try to put this to be in a very stable position. This side here is where you want to cut, not this side. Let me show you the side you should never cut, because if you cut that side, you have ruined this spring here. This is the side you should never cut. You can see how it is. So this is the locking side. Don't cut this side. This is the side you should cut. And when you cut it, when you put it, you want to put it back. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So let's start with this one here, and I'll show you every other processes. So let me go ahead and put this on the tripod. Okay, here we go. Now, for obvious reasons, I've actually cut this very spring here, but for the purpose of demonstration, you can use this as alternative, which you can pull out of here. That's a bonus. And when you locate this very notch here, there is a notch here. When you locate this notch, you can twist it anti-clockwise and open it. See, so when you want to lock it back, you just do it the other way around. When you want to lock it back in here. So let's go. And this is the tool which I just created. So for most of you who don't want to go more deeper, you can slide it in here, and right, and see it. Okay, so I can even lower it down. Now, can you guys see it? I'm gonna get you guys, you can rotate it around it and see how far you can pull that off. Okay, you can see there are that's here already, and those are what is actually causing the issue. So you want to do it repeatedly. I'm gonna get a rag. Look at it, guys. So I want to do it again. Although this rubber is already cracking, but it has done the job first. So I want to go ahead and tie this and put this over here. I want to put this here. This is where the other guy comes to play. But if you're actually absolutely sure if you're completely sure that the seal here is sealed intact, you wouldn't mind putting the don't mind putting the rag. You can go ahead and do what I want to do right now, and this should be over with. Okay, you guys can see it right here. Oh, you can see that gunk. You can see, so that is why the rubber trick will not really do it all the time. You can see it. Look at that. Look at that, guys. So I want to still go further. This is the best trick for me. So this is the opportunity. You can use this cap cleaner to wash around the whole place. And okay, now I want to show you guys, aside it, if suppose you have already bought the seal, well, it's another job of this one to replace it, and me, I don't have time, and that is why I am doing this shortcut. This is the seal. I've bought it from online pastors for the Honda CBR, but I haven't bought this one here. I bought the one for my which I'm going to use in another video. I'm going to demonstrate in another video in my GXSR. So here I am done spraying it. You can see how clean that is. So I can wipe it clean. Now let's get here and see all that. That's the reason why I put this seal in the first place. And now this is something that can be able to ruin it. You can see the sound from up. So I want to blow this out quickly. Okay, so this is great. All right, now I want to clean that real quick. Then I can also get any leftover that out there. Clean inside here. Suppose there is any remnants that is hanging in there. Right, so I'm gonna go over here to clean it. Then you can cover it back up. Okay. Make sure it fits snug, it's not the back end. Now that is done. Okay, here comes the fun part, which is the spring. So I'm gonna first roll it here. It's because I've caught it before, that is why it is like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the two heads together. You might want to tension it a little bit, but don't over tension it to start having a lot of room to play. So you put it in inside and turn it. Okay. Oh, this is not gonna be quite easy, but with constant practice it's gonna work. You can even turn it the other way around and see. Right, there is really no orientation to this, so long as you can pin it back. The reason they're here is because I don't want to tension it really much. Now it's becoming mission impossible. Okay. Whoop. This is not gonna be easy, guys. You don't want to tension it really much, except you have to loose down the fork and shit. Okay. 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 You can see it, guys. So now you can go ahead and gently roll it into place. You can use this plastic, the same one you use in doing the cleaning, just to get the first face into the groove where it's supposed to be. Okay, now you can gently do the rest. Walk it around, and that's it. So we've done this one here. So guys, that's how you should do it. I'm gonna be doing the other one next. So for most of you who will have the one that doesn't have the spring, how do you do it? Let's still go on that one, and I'm not gonna be using a cap cleaner on that one, which is this guy here. So I want to get it as close as possible so you catch all the details. Okay, I have two which I made here. You can zoom back a little bit. Hey, thank you. Okay, so we have used this black one on the previous video on the other one, so let's use this one on this one right now. Okay. Okay, we are removing. You can see there are dots there, else it should be white. Still dots there. So either ways they are gonna work, but how great they are gonna work is something which you can't completely ascertain. But the moment the rubber which you're getting in here are no more catching dirt, then that's a sign that that one is already clean. Then you can go for a road test ride and see for yourself. You can see there are ones we're going to be catching a big fish on. The reason why I'm using this smaller one here is because you don't want to put too much pressure on it to widen them out. And this one doesn't have any groove where you can actually put the rings. But if you don't want to go through this process, you can go ahead and buy the seal and replace it. But it's a whole lot of work, right? It's a whole lot of work. So that is why this is just an easy. Look at it. Look at it. Man, look at it. So now let's see if we can open this one and flush it like we did the other one. Okay, the spoon trick, let's see if it's gonna work out on this one. Let me turn this a little bit. Well, the spoon trick is not quite doing this one here because it hasn't gotten, maybe it's a newcomer. Down here we call it JJC, means Johnny just came. My own. Which one is the one? The 5. Okay. Trying to see. There are better tools for this, but if you don't have the right tools, you can literally use your spoon to open this. Why I'm using spoon is because that's not gonna damage it. Okay, it's coming out, but it's gonna take quite a bit of challenge. And that is why I talked about, except if suppose you have bought it and you're sure it's the size, you've been like nearly destroying it to get it out. But at least in this video, you have known you don't even need to buy this. You can simply do one yourself. Look at it. See a lot of that. So let's try the black one. Yeah, the black one. Okay. Okay, got some bed, but you're not gonna be catching it quickly like. Okay, let's see more. Okay, and that is why this one is still dropping a little bit. Okay, that's a big catch, guys. That's a big catch. That's a big catch. I've thrown it away, but it's still right here. That's a big catch. So that's how you're gonna work your way around it. The more you work it, the better it becomes. Okay. Sometimes you gotta push it, but not too much to go down. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. And you don't want to use carburetor cleaner here because it's gonna push it down there. Look at it. Okay, so when you're done, do the rusty method, which you can use to put spring on this one here to help close the mouth. But it's always gonna shift up because it doesn't have groove. So let's try this one out, see if we can be able to safely put it. Okay. Okay, we've got it on. You guys can see it. Well, here comes another thing. Okay, because it doesn't have a groove. See, it's cut out. So guys, we're gonna do a lot. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye.